Hello friends, welcome to Optra Automation, and this is the second lesson in the identity and access management. In the first lecture, we have discussed the theoretical concept of identity and access management. What are the core components, how we can deal with the identity and access management in AWS. And in this lecture, we are creating users groups in the lab. So just log in to your Amazon Web Services console. All right, so here I am in the Amazon Web Services console. I have selected my region as a Mumbai. You can select any region which is nearest to you as per your location. And identity and access management comes under security, identity, and compliance section. This is a dashboard of the Amazon Web Services, and we have not all, but most of the services related to the cloud Amazon Web Services are listed there. So you cannot simply see each and every service of AWS in this dashboard because there are services and sub-services, and if you open the EC2 then you can find a couple of more related services to EC2 under that dashboard, and the same thing will happen into the networking section as well, that we will see in the coming videos. So as of now, this is an IAM lab, and IAM comes under security, identity, and compliance. Click on IAM. Okay, so this is the IAM dashboard. You can see in the left hand side, we have groups, users, roles, policies that we have discussed in the theoretical part of identity and access management part 1. So I have already created one user, one group. We have 7 roles, customer managed policies 3, identity providers 0. As this is my old account, so almost everything is in the green color. If you see under the security status, apart from the multi-factor authentication, everything is already been cleared. But if you have created your own new account in Amazon Web Services, so everything is unchecked. You need to perform the action in each and every section. So let's start with the very first one, that is delete your root access keys. What exactly it is? Well, Amazon recommended that if you have a root account, the account that you have created very first, you simply delete root access keys so that that account will never be compromised. Although it is altogether a different approach of securing your root account, but yeah, Amazon recommended that simply delete your root access keys. Once you do that, or if you manage your root account keys, it will automatically checked into the green. After that, multi-factor authentication, we will discuss this in very last. We will simply jump into the third one, that is create individual IAM users. Click on the expand option. After that, we have an option of manage user. Click on it. It will open another window, and there we have an option of add user and delete user. Delete user is disabled as of now because we haven't selected any user. If I select this one, then delete user is automatically highlighted. All right, so I'm not going to delete this user as of now. Click on add user. You can simply provide any name. Let's say I can mention John. After entering the username, there is an option of select AWS access type. This is very important to understand because we have two type of access in Amazon Web Services. One is the programmatic access, another one is the AWS Management Console access. What is the AWS Management Console? So whatever you are seeing in this video, that browser based Amazon console, this is the Amazon Management Console. And the programmatic access, if we are talking about the CLI mode, then it is a programmatic. GUI mode is the AWS Management Console. So let's say if you have different teams, maybe a developer or the uh, infrastructure administration team. So mostly, as per my experience, whatever I have seen in the different projects, that infrastructure administration's team always have AWS Management Console access as well as programmatic access. The service guys or maybe the operations guys or the administration team generally have both the access, programmatic as well as AWS Management Console. If there is any restriction from the client side, but they always has to have the AWS Management Console access, that is the GUI mode that we are seeing in this video. Another one is the programmatic access. This is a CLI mode. This is basically used, or we can say beneficial for the developers who are developing their applications and uh, fetching different libraries and making different API calls of the Amazon Web Services, whether it's related to S3, EC2, making changes in their applications. So they simply create the connection string from their application to the AWS resources. So this is basically generally for the SDK, API, and it's all together a CLI, that is character, that is not GUI, that is not graphical user interface. All right. So as of now, I am giving both the access to the zone for the testing and the demonstration purpose. The moment I click on both the options, after that there is an option for the console password. We have two options: auto-generated password, that the Amazon will automatically generate a new password for every user, that is a random one, and it is a mix of the numbers, alphanumeric characters, special characters, everything. Or you can mention custom password. But in the production environment, as a general practice, as the best recommendation, always use auto-generated password. Also, click on this box which is required password reset. User must create a new password at next sign in. Basically, these are the basic steps. Let's say if you are using Active Directory and if you are creating users, so obviously in the Active Directory also we have an option like the users can change their password on the very first login, or maybe you can disable that option. So in the very same way, the creation of user is not different from the traditional approach, but we have these two options, which is very important for the interview purpose and for the exam point of view. What exactly is the access types? We have two: programmatic, we have management console access, and you should know the basic difference between these two. Okay, so next click on the permissions, next permissions. So basically, if you already have one group, let's say you already have a marketing team, you already have HR team, sales team, and if there is a new join in your organization and you're creating an account for that new user, and that new user is John, which is joining the marketing team, so obviously you already or you should have your marketing group available. But as of now, this is the just demonstration purpose. We do not have any marketing group. We do not have any marketing team in place. That you can do later, like after creation of a user you can add individual user into the group. That we can do later. So as of now I'm clicking on the next. I'm not attaching any permission while creation of a user. Simply click on the next review, and Amazon is giving me a couple of simple warning messages that this user has no permission. Yeah, I know, because I haven't chosen any group or any permission. So if you are ready to create the users, you can simply click on create user, and here we go. The user John is being created successfully. So what exactly is the difference between the programmatic and GUI mode, that is the AWS console, these two are the option: access key ID and a secret access key ID. These two keys will only be created when you click on the checkbox for programmatic access of an individual entity or user. If you are not enabling programmatic access, these two keys will never be generated after creation of a user. You can simply see the username and you can simply see the password. Let's see, we can see this is alphanumeric password, and if you want to see the access key, this is again the alphanumeric, and it's a very long. There is one very important point to note: if your access key and secret access keys are compromised, anyone can do anything with your AWS account. So always make sure you keep access key and a secret access key at a very secure location. No need to share with anyone, because if that particular person know your password and both these keys, they can do anything with your production environment. So always download CSV. Well, that CSV will generate a file that you can open in Microsoft Excel also. Okay, so that will contain the username, password, access key ID, and a secret access key ID. So as of now, I'm just downloading it. Download CSV, and it's downloaded. After that, you can simply close it. So now we have one user, that is John. All right. So John has no privileges, no access. He cannot do anything. Now go to the groups, and let's say if you want to create a new group, let's say you can create a group of marketing team. The marketing team is a user defined name that you have assigned to your group. But what exactly is the privileges? What exactly this particular group can do? That functionality we need to define using the policies. There are a lot of policies. We already discussed it in previous lecture that Amazon provides you a lot of policies inbuilt. If you want to customize, if you want to create your own policy, that you can do it. That's not a problem. But as of now, I'm simply assigning the marketing group to the full admin access because this is the business requirement. My client is saying, okay, my marketing guys should have the full admin access. So in the policy type, in the filter option, you can simply type admin. Here it is, admin access. So I'm simply attaching. Here it is, attach policy. What I am doing, I have created marketing team group. I am attaching administration access policy to that group. Click on next. This is a review what exactly we are doing. Click on create group. And now the group is being created. That is marketing group. All right, so there is an option to add users to the group because we just created this group. This is empty. There is no users in it. And Amazon is also saying the same. This group does not contain any users. Add users to group, and we have created John just 2 minutes back. I'm just adding John into the marketing team, and we have added John into the marketing team. We have permissions. It will show what exactly is the policy applied to the John. So this group has a policy administrator access. If you want to see the policy, simply click on show policy. This is the JSON code. This is automatically being created by the Amazon. Nothing critical in this. This is the version. This is the by default version. Whenever you want to try to write your own custom policy, you have to include the same version. Then we have a statement, and under the statement we have effect, which is allow, means allowing services. Action star, that means everything. resources star, which means everything. So this particular policy demonstrate that you have access to every resource and you can do anything. If you want to customize, then obviously you have to replace this star. You have to explicitly mention your actions and you have to explicitly mention your resources. Okay, let's cancel it. So let's go back to our dashboard. We have simply created users. We have simply already we discussed this option. This is the marketing team. We already discussed how to create and how to add users into the group. And lastly, we have the apply an IAM password policy. So if you click on it, there is an option for manage password policy. Click on the same option. This is the password policy. This is the default option of AWS. Let's say the password length is 6, at least one lowercase, at least one number. Allow users to change their own passwords. If you want to modify it, if you want to make, let's say, at least there should be one alphanumeric character, you can simply click on it. And if you want that the length should be 8 in place of 6, and if you need more security, if you want users to enforce to use more critical passwords, let's say, mm, you can also say the password expirations, maybe in the 30 days, maybe in 60 days, or in the Active Directory, we have seen in the traditional IT that the domain password generally expire in the 90 days, that is 3 months. So apply password policy, that's it. The password policy is being applied. Here is the notification, successfully updated password policy. So again, go back to the dashboard. We have discussed everything apart from the multi-factor authentication. So what exactly is the multi-factor authentication that we have discussed already? Amazon provide you two type of a multi-factor authentication. One is the virtual, another one is the hardware device. Click on the multi-factor authentication and here we have activate MFA. Once you click on it, it will provide you an option virtual MFA device and other hardware device. Oh, Amazon also released another option that is U2F, which is something new to me because earlier we used to have only two options, virtual MFA and other hardware device. So we are discussing only these two. Virtual, like if you're using Android phone or maybe the Apple phone, Windows phone, so there are a couple of options. There are a couple of applications that you can use for the virtual multi-factor authentication. And the hardware device, obviously, if you purchase a hardware which is available in the market for RSA, for hash algorithm, or you can say the multi-factor authentication, there are a lot of devices available in market which serves the purpose of hardware devices. For the demo of this lecture, we are going to use the virtual multi-factor authentication. You click on continue and here we go. This is the QR code. If you are using Android, then you have to install multi-factor authentication application, that is Google Authenticator, and there are a couple of more, but I'm using Google Authenticator for my own purpose, so I'm recommending the same. Or you can see this list of compatible applications here. It will open the page on Amazon website and it will provide you the entire list of the compatible applications that you can use for the virtual multi-factor authentication. Let's say just let me go down. Here we go. In the Android, we have Google Authenticator and two-factor authentication, that is Auth2, that is inbuilt of Google. Gmail also use the same authentication factor, Auth2. iPhone, if you're using iPhone, then you can download from the Play Store Google Authenticator and Auth2. Both are the same for the Android as well as iPhone phones. For the Windows, we have only Authenticator application. So using your phone, using your Play Store, you can download the different applications. Once that particular application is downloaded, you can simply scan that particular code. Once it's scanned, you can simply click on the Assign MFA button. So whenever you log in your account after enabling MFA, after entering the password, it will automatically ask the multi-factor authentication. Okay, let me show you how it is going to ask you. Let me log out from this account and I'll show you. Let's say I already have enabled multi-factor authentication for using Google Authenticator. All right, I have entered my email address. I am entering my super secret password and there was a problem. Oh my God, just give me a minute. Well, it is successfully logged in because I haven't not. Yes, I have not enabled the multi-factor authentication for this account, but I will show you in my another account, maybe in the next video, because I for one another particular batch or the video, I have disabled it. So, but if you enable the multi-factor authentication after entering the password, it will simply ask you three oh sorry 6-digit code, that is the numerical code which is automatically coming to your mobile phone to whenever you are using, let's say if it is an Android or Apple or any other Windows phone. You simply open that authenticator that you have installed from your Play Store. It will provide you 6-digit code. Once you entered it, then only you can log in to your Amazon web console. So this is all about the identity and access management. So uh, there are a couple of bullet points to remember from the interview or from the exam point of view. IAM, we have users, we have groups. Let me show you again. In the IAM dashboard, we have users, we have groups, we have multi-factor authentication option, and we have our option to delete the root access keys. So we created user John, and after that we create one group, that is marketing. We assign a policy, that is admin access, assign user to that marketing group. Then we have enable the multi-factor authentication using Google Authenticator. And once you log in after enabling the multi-factor authentication, it will provide you 6-digit numerical code. Once you enter that code with your password, then only you will be able to log in into your Amazon account and access the web portal. So that's it for this lecture, guys. This is all about the identity and access management. If you have questions, please comment in the comment section. If you like this video, click on like, subscribe the channel to know the latest update about the AWS cloud computing. Thanks a lot. Bye.